Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. Let's sit down and really dissect what's happening because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most seismic shifts in the NFL this season. Word has it, and I mean very credible whispers from Adam Schefter's circle, that the Detroit Lions might be making a bold, blockbuster move that could shake the entire NFC landscape. And guess who's at the center of it? The Lions are reportedly fielding calls about their star right tackle, none other than Penei Sewell, the All-Pro, the Polynesian powerhouse, the guy who's been a cornerstone of Detroit's offensive line since they drafted him at number 7 overall in 2021. Now, this isn't just some minor trade rumor. No, this is about the Lions potentially trading Sewell to the Washington Commanders, and the asking price. A first-round pick in 2026 plus a Day 2 selection. That's right, folks. It's a blockbuster trade that could redefine the NFC East and the NFC as a whole. Why would Detroit even consider such a move? Well, the Lions are at a crossroads. They started this season 1-1, but the cracks are showing. Jared Goff's completion percentage is hovering around 58.2%, which isn't terrible but definitely not the elite level you'd want from a Super Bowl contender. Their secondary is hemorrhaging yards, 285 air yards per game. That's a lot of damage, and it's hurting them in close games. Detroit's recent history has been a roller coaster, and this move signals they're willing to pivot, to reset, to retool their roster for future success. They're looking at the big picture, and with a cap space of about $26 million, they're trying to manage their future salary commitments. But make no mistake, this isn't just about cap space. It's about getting premium draft capital and perhaps, more importantly, addressing their need for offensive line stability, especially on the right side. And on the other side, you have the Washington Commanders, who are riding high after their 2-0 start this season. They've shown resilience, and their point differential is plus 14, which is impressive early in the year. Their defense, under the guidance of head coach Ron Rivera, and their offensive line, led by Laramie Tunsil, have been performing well. But everyone knows that to go deep into the playoffs, you need elite talent on both sides of the ball. That's why the addition of Sewell could be a game-changer. You see, Sewell isn't just a good tackle, he's a game winner. He's a 24-year-old Oregon product, a giant who embodies the ideal blend of power and agility. Since entering the league in 2021, he's started every game, 72 in total, and he's been a rock. The fact that he's missed no games post-rookie year speaks volumes about his durability and consistency. His run-blocking grades are elite. In 2024, his PFF run-blocking grade is at 95.2, making him one of the best in the league. And even in 2025, despite a slight ankle tweak that caused him to miss no snaps, his pass protection remains stellar, with an overall grade of 87.4, down slightly from last year but still among the top tackles. His sack rate is astonishing, just 0.5 sacks allowed in 112 pass attempts, which translates into a pressure rate of around 1.2%. That puts him right up there with Trent Williams, the gold standard of left tackles. Imagine what Sewell's addition could do for the Commanders' offensive line, especially protecting their young quarterback, Jayden Daniels, who's been looking promising but needs that extra protection to take the next step. Now, let's talk about the implications of this potential move. For the Lions, trading Sewell might seem like a bold move, but it's rooted in their long-term planning. Detroit has about $54 million over the cap for 2026, according to Over the Cap, and they're already extending players like Jahmyr Gibbs and Aiden Hutchinson. They're trying to manage the future while competing now. Trading a cornerstone like Sewell could free up significant cap space, about $9.5 million rollover, allowing them to retain and attract other key players. Plus, with a new first-round pick in 2026, Detroit might be looking to rebuild or reload their roster to stay competitive in the coming years. Meanwhile, for Washington, acquiring Sewell makes strategic sense. The Commanders are flush with around $27 million in cap space, and their offensive line needs a serious upgrade, especially on the right side. Charles Leno is decent, but Sewell's presence would boost their run game significantly. You see, Sewell's ability to open running lanes is phenomenal. Just look at his 2024 stats. He helped power Detroit's rushing attack to over 456 yards, ranking 5th in the league. His run-blocking grade of 95.2 and the ability to create YAC yards after contact are what make him a special player. The Commanders, with a revamped line that includes Sewell, could see their rushing yards per game jump from about 112 to over 145, making them a much more balanced and dangerous offense. Jaden Daniels' EPA per pass could also see a noticeable spike, by about 15%, thanks to Sewell's protection, especially on third down or crucial passing situations. His yards per route run over Leno's add an extra dimension to the passing game, giving Terry McLaurin and the rest of the receivers more room to operate. And the potential for Daniels to increase his rushing yards to around 200, up by 22%, opens up even more options for the Commanders' offense. All of this, combined with a projected drop in turnovers, could position Washington as a serious playoff contender. Now, let's look at the bigger picture. The NFL landscape is shifting, and the addition of Sewell to the Commanders could be the spark needed for a deep playoff run. Their Super Bowl odds could improve dramatically, on some books, from plus 2,000 to plus 1,200, making them genuine contenders. The same move could be a dagger in the NFC East's hopes, especially for the Lions, who might see their rebuilding efforts delayed by the loss of such an elite player. It's a chess game, and both teams are trying to set up their future. And if we think about the league's history, it's not unprecedented for teams to trade away key players during rebuilds. Remember the 2017 Bears trading Kyle Long mid-rebuild? Sometimes, it's about the long-term vision. For Detroit, they might see this as a way to accelerate their rebuild, especially with young talent like Gibbs and Hutchinson leading the way. For Washington, grabbing Sewell could be the missing piece, a cornerstone protecting Daniels, opening lanes, and elevating the entire offense. Now, let's talk about Sewell's impact on the field. Imagine him anchoring the right side of the O-line, creating a fortress that's tough to breach. His ability to run block with a 95.2 PFF grade, especially in key moments, can turn a third and long into a manageable situation or convert a crucial fourth down. His pass protection, with a solid 87.4 grade, ensures that Daniels has time to make decisions and find open receivers. Sewell's versatility is another huge plus. He can handle both power moves and finesse, and he's a punishing run blocker, which is what the Commanders need to establish a more effective ground game. And let's not forget the emotional and leadership aspect. Sewell, as a Polynesian powerhouse, brings a level of intensity and resilience that can uplift the whole locker room. His experience and consistency make him a natural leader in the trenches, and his presence on the field could inspire both the offensive line and the entire team to elevate their play. Now, what about the implications for the Lions? Well, they're clearly thinking about their future. The trade deadline is approaching, and with the cap space and draft capital they're gathering, they might be setting themselves up for a major rebuild or at least a strategic repositioning. Trading Sewell, while painful for fans, could be a calculated move to secure additional draft picks and financial flexibility. It's a gamble, but in the NFL, sometimes you have to take risks to stay competitive. The Lions have already shown they're not afraid of bold moves with their recent roster decisions, and this potential trade fits right into that pattern. On the flip side, for the Commanders, this could be the move that pushes their window open wider. The team has been trending upward under Ron Rivera, and with a young quarterback like Daniels, building an offensive line that can protect him and sustain drives is crucial. Sewell's addition would do just that. It's not just about blocking, it's about setting the tone in the trenches, establishing dominance, and making the opponent's pass rush think twice before rushing the quarterback. Sewell's ability to neutralize top pass rushers, like Hassan Reddick, who had 12 sacks last season, would be a huge boost for the Commanders' overall defensive and offensive schemes. And the league is watching closely. The NFL has long been a league of trenches, and the team that controls the line of scrimmage often controls the game. Sewell's addition would turn the Commanders into a team that can run the ball effectively, protect its quarterback better, and dictate play style. Imagine FedEx Field turning into a fortress, echoing the days of the Rams' dominant offensive line in 2018 when Andrew Whitworth led their pass protection efforts. Sewell could be that kind of player for Washington, a cornerstone, a symbol of their commitment to winning. Now about the Super Bowl odds. Yeah, it's early, but the numbers tell a story. If Sewell joins the Commanders, their odds to win the Super Bowl could jump from around plus 2,000 to plus 1,200, making them serious contenders in the eyes of sportsbooks. That's a huge shift in perception, and it speaks volumes about how impactful Sewell could be. Plus, his presence would give the team confidence, knowing they have a top-tier tackle anchoring their line, especially in high-pressure playoff moments. But of course, nothing is certain in the NFL. It's a league of adjustments, surprises, and bold moves. This potential trade is a microcosm of that, teams weighing their options, making calculated risks, and trying to outthink their opponents. The Lions are looking to build for the future while staying competitive, and the Commanders are trying to accelerate their ascent with a proven elite player. In the end, whether this trade materializes or not, the mere speculation is enough to energize fans on both sides. For Washington, it's about the hope of an upgraded offensive line, a more potent offense, and a chance to make a real splash in the NFC. For Detroit, it's about managing their cap, reloading their roster, and staying on the path to sustained success. League is abuzz with this potential blockbuster, and as fans of the Commanders, you should be excited because moves like these can define a franchise's trajectory for years to come. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think Sewell is worth the price? Are you excited about the possibility of him protecting Daniels and transforming the offense? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. We're in for an exciting ride, and you're right here with us, the best fans in the league.